Hello, everybody. It's Michelle Grace Lesserard from marketingforhealers.com, and thank you for joining me today. I'm going to start. It's not going to be a long thing. I'm just going to share a bit about what the Jupiter energies are about and what's been going on with Jupiter, and why do you want to know about what's going on with Jupiter. So listen, Jupiter has been in Scorpio for the last year, and if you watched my new moon call, you know all about this energy. If you don't know what this is about, because I created a series of puppets for the Scorpio energy, you can go to marketingforhealers.com/vision keeper, and you can watch the new moon teleclass for the Scorpio new moon, and that'll kind of get you up to speed with what Scorpio is about. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time around Scorpio, but here's what you need to know. Jupiter was in Scorpio for the last year, and Jupiter's an expansive energy. It's jovial, it loves life, and it just loves to create. And so Jupiter being in Scorpio, in order to create, you had to clear out a lot of stuff in order to get to the place where you could create. And so it was kind of like you'd start something and then you'd be pulled back and almost like, hey, wait a minute, we got to do this. And then you'd move forward and then 2 steps backwards trying to get it going again. At least maybe that's not what you felt, but that's what it felt like all year for me. And listen, I always take the astrology and I use my own story and then I share it. And if you don't understand astrology, then what use is it, really? So astrology is meant to serve you as a roadmap. It's a tool. It's not something that you have to live with all the time. Just a sec. Should have muted that. It's something that is a tool for your ability to create and transform and transmute what's ever up for you. And so what's happening is that now Scorpio is done with Jupiter, and Jupiter's moved on, and he's moved into Sagittarius, and he'll be there for a year. He'll be in Sagittarius for a year. And Jupiter hasn't been in Sagittarius in 12 years. And he's, think back 12 years ago. Last time Jupiter was in Sagittarius was 12 years ago. He was there from November 2006 to 2007. And so that was before the economic meltdown. There was a booming housing. Housing was booming. There was a lot of expansion, but not very grounded in that expansion. And so this Jupiter going into Scorpio is saying, hey, Jupiter's in there and going, hey, things are a little bit different than they were 12 years ago. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to tell you about it, to give you some dates to go and check your own life journey, your own life path for the last 12 years. And I'm going to send out a doodle. If you, if you're here on the call or the video, I'll be posting the PDF link below when it's ready. Yesterday, of course, I have internet problems, not anywhere in the house, but only on my computer, which I thought was really funny because we're also heading into a Mercury retrograde. So anyway, let's talk Jupiter in Sagittarius. So Jupiter went into Sagittarius on November 8th, and he will stay there for 1 year. And he was there 12 years ago, like I said, from November 2006 to 2007. You want to look back. So it's like a clock. You have to understand, if you could draw out a clock, if you had a piece of paper in front of you right now, I'd ask you to draw a clock out and look at 12, 3, 6, and 9 position. 12, 3, 6, and 9 position. This will be in the doodle prompt when it's ready. But anyway, that 12 o'clock position is Jupiter in Sag. The 3 o'clock point is Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter in Pisces, that's at 3 o'clock. At 6 o'clock is Jupiter in Gemini. And on the 9 o'clock mark is Jupiter in Virgo. Now, why are these dates important? Because I'm going to give you some dates of that. So 2006 to 2007, you want to look back and see what you were trying to create back then. So you have to understand that we're taking a path, we're taking a journey through the last 12 years, and we're keeping what's really good and valuable, and we're letting go of the rest. And so in 2006 to 2007, what were you trying to create? And then move to the 3 o'clock mark when Jupiter was in Pisces from January 10 to January 2011. What was going on for you then? What life events were occurring? What creative projects did you get started in your business that you were like, yeah, let's just going? Sometimes things need time to simmer and incubate. And we're such a give it to me now society. You may find something that was in your journal or a dream that happened that may have been wanting to, cook and gel, and it's now ready to be created. So Pisces is the 3 o'clock, Gemini's at the 6 o'clock. Gemini is Jupiter was in Gemini from June of 2012 to 2013. June of 2012 to June of 2013. Now that's an important point because, okay, at the 12 o'clock mark, we have Jupiter in Sag, and then at the 6 o'clock point, we have Jupiter in Gemini. And so there was some tension there, a release point. What was happening to you in 2012 and 2013? I can tell you a lot of stuff was happening with me. Some of it good, some of it not so good. But anyway, let's continue on. And then we get to the 9 o'clock point, which is Virgo. Jupiter went into Virgo. And that was from August 2015 to September 2016. Now, I think that is going to be the critical point to what you're creating right now, because Virgo is always about editing and sorting, looking at things and saying, do I really want to do this? Do I not want to do it? You're editing and sorting, you're getting the systems together, you're creating something new, and if it took you 12 years to create it, okay, so what? Don't get all hung up on how long it takes you to create, or make yourself wrong on how far you come. That's not what this Jupiter energy is about. Jupiter off the bat wants creativity. The past year, he's been digging through the muck and the mud and saying, okay, we want to create this, but you got this baggage you've been hanging on to for the last 20 years. You just got to get rid of it. You got some clutter sitting around your house. You just got to get rid of it. And so every time you go into create last year, there was a sense of, stop a minute. We got to clean this up. Now you can move forward. Stop a minute. I got to clean this up. Well, that's not the case for the next year. The next year it's almost like it's been clean slated and you're ready to go. And what do you want to create? And so one of the things I wanted to show is this doodle. And maybe I can make myself really small. Okay, so in this doodle, you're going to see that this is the key to your doodle, your passion. I'm sending out a PDF with this particular tarot card. It really spoke to me. It wanted to be here. I used this as a client map a couple times. It's been excellent. It's been excellent in terms of focusing on your passions and allowing that story to come forward. And so what you're going to see is 8 flowers on this doodle. And what I invite you to do is to really look at what you're passionate about now. Not 5 years ago, not 12 years ago, not 24 years ago. What are you passionate about now? And let that work you over the next 2 weeks. Because when there's a new moon in Sag next month on December 7th, you'll want to have that doodle activated in a way that says, okay, I'm ready to do this. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's go. And so Jupiter's an expansive energy. It's going to help you expand into the areas you want: money, finances, relationships. Use Jupiter as a cohort to help you align with what you want and bring that forward. Allow Jupiter, if you're a shamanic practitioner, I would journey to Jupiter and ask what's necessary in the next year. What do you need to know? The other thing I want to say too is, if you really want to hone in on this, I'm giving my Initiate retreat. We do this every year. It's the 7th year. The Initiate retreat starts. It's a whole day retreat starting on December 1st, Saturday, December 1st, from noon to 4. And I have a 29-page doodle prompt book that we go through. We're playing, we're creating. It's really outside of the box. It's really fun. It's a way to clear 2018 so you can move clearly into 2019. And it's fun, and it's the best time to do it because Jupiter, like I said, Sagittarius is an expansive energy. It wants you to expand and take a risk and have fun and create and play and woo-woo, get the shakers out and get going. And so it's a great time to plan what you want to do next year. If you want to join us, my Vision Keepers and my Initiate people have been doing it now. A lot of them have been doing it all 7 years. You can go to bit.ly, bit.ly/doodle 2019. Again, it's bit.ly doodle 2019, and let me write that on the screen. That shows up. So you can go to that site. It talks about the Initiate retreat, doodles to design your year, and there's also a link to, let me give you that, Doodle 2019. Again, use Doodle 2019, and I'll take $50 off the price of the event. So anyway, let me get back to Jupiter. So here's the thing. You want to look where Sagittarius is in your chart. I have Sagittarius in my 2nd house. It has to do with my money story. If it's in the 3rd house, it has to do with your speaking your truth, networking, communication. If it's in your 1st house, if Sag is in your 1st house and you have Sag rising, this is a year to hone in on your leadership skills. Who are you out in the world? Who do you want to be? How do you want to activate it? If you have Jupiter in Sag moving through your 4th house of home, family, roots, how's your home life? What are you doing about being rooted, feeling safe in the world? If you have Jupiter and Sag moving through your 5th house, it's highly creative, and you should attend the Saturday retreat. Come on, people. You are living the life this year, and you want to be activated. If you have Jupiter and Sagittarius in the 6th house, there's systems that want to be in place that probably have been hanging out in the ethers for a while, and then suddenly they land and you know what to do. If you have Jupiter moving in Sag through your 6th house or 7th house because you have Sagittarius there, relationships is about co-creating with other people, partnerships, marriage, relationships, all that. So what new inspirations are coming to you? I gotta laugh because I've been married 40 years next week, and I gotta go check and see where Jupiter was at the time of her marriage. I don't know. Anyway, if you have Jupiter in Sag running through your 8th house in your birth chart, there's a letting go in order to get the creativity. There is a period of letting go, and you may want to take a shamanic training class, get some new healing tools. If you have Jupiter and Sag moving through your 9th house, what are you supposed to be teaching? What are you longing to teach, write, or share? And the stage is clear. It's ready for you. If you have Jupiter in the 10th house, it has to do with Jupiter moving through your 10th house. It has to do with career, has to do with your public persona, how people see you. And there's an expansion happening. You're being asked to take stage again, take stage. If you have Jupiter and Sag running through your 11th house, that represents the community you serve. So there's an expansion in there that people will suddenly find you, maybe. Or that you may be seen. You may have been doing the same thing, but suddenly they see you. They see you. And are you ready for that? Are you ready to expand in that way? And if you have Jupiter moving through your 12th house because you have Sag there, it's your connection to the muse. Your healing abilities, your intuiting abilities may suddenly open up. Your third eye opens up. You have a spiritual awakening. Don't be surprised if that happens when you have a Jupiter transiting your 12th house. It's like I said, Jupiter's an expansive energy, and it wants you to expand into it and dance and play and create. Dance, create, and play, I guess, would be the key words for this Jupiter and Sag energy. So with that, let me see if there's any questions. Nope. Okay. So thank you, everybody. Again, I'll be posting the link for the doodle prompt down in the comments as soon as I get it done. My apologies for not getting it done quicker, but thank you, everybody. Take care. Good day or good afternoon. Bye.